Think about the last meaningless choice you made today. Scrolling without purpose, delaying something important, speaking a word you didn't need to say. It felt small, almost invisible. But what if there is no such thing as a neutral action? What if every single choice, no matter how trivial it appears, carries a metaphysical weight? Not just psychologically, not just socially, but existentially. Because in Islam, you are not just living a life. You are constantly inscribing your soul into reality. And the Quran shatters this illusion completely. Allah tells us that even the smallest action is recorded and carries consequence. Whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. Surah Az-Zalzala, Surah 99, verses 7 to 8. An atom's weight. Something so small, you wouldn't even notice it. Yet in the divine scale, it is never lost. So the question is no longer, does this matter? The real question becomes, what is this doing to my soul? We often think actions are external, something we do, then move on from. But the Quran reframes this entirely. Your actions are not just events, they are transformations. Every choice is shaping who you are becoming. Allah says, indeed, Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. Surah Ar-Ra'd, Surah 13, verse 11. Notice this carefully. Change does not begin outside, it begins within. And what shapes the within? Not one big moment, but thousands of small, repeated choices. Every glance, every intention, every hesitation. You are slowly constructing your inner reality. So when you choose patience over anger, you are not just controlling yourself, you are rewiring your soul. When you choose heedlessness, you are not just wasting time, you are dimming your spiritual awareness. This is the metaphysical weight. Your actions are not separate from you. They are you in motion. Now here is where it becomes even deeper. Islam does not just judge actions, it judges intentions behind actions. Two identical acts can carry completely different weights. Why? Because the unseen intention defines their reality. The Quran points to this inner dimension repeatedly. Allah says, He knows the stealthy glance and what the hearts conceal. Surah Ghafir, Surah 40, verse 19. Even what no one sees, even what you barely notice yourself, it is fully known. This means your life is not just physical, it is dual-layered. What you do, and why you do it. And sometimes, the why outweighs the what. A small act done sincerely can outweigh a large act done for show, and a harmless act done with arrogance can corrupt the heart. So now ask yourself, how many of your actions are truly conscious? Or are you just moving, reacting, drifting? Because intention is what turns habit into worship, routine into meaning, life into purpose. Most people are not living consciously. They are running on autopilot. Wake up, scroll, eat, work, repeat, a cycle of motion without awareness. But the Quran describes this state in a very unsettling way. Allah says, "They have hearts with which they do not understand, eyes with which they do not see, and ears with which they do not hear. They are like cattle, rather they are more astray." Surah Al-A'raf, Surah 7, verse 179. Why such a strong description? Because they are alive physically, but disconnected spiritually. They exist, but they are not aware of existence. And this is the danger. When your actions lose awareness, they lose meaning. And when meaning is lost, the soul becomes heavy, not with peace, but with emptiness. Now let's step beyond this life. Because Islam does not limit consequences to this world, every action echoes into the next. Allah tells us, "And the record of deeds will be placed, and you will see the criminals fearful of what is in it." Surah Al-Kahf, Surah 18, verse 49. Imagine this moment. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is erased. Even the things you convinced yourself didn't matter. They are present, clear, undeniable. And what is shocking is this part of the verse. They will say, "What is this book that leaves nothing small or great except that it has recorded it?" Nothing small, nothing insignificant. Everything carries weight, because everything contributed to who you became. Here is a reality we rarely think about. Your soul is never static. You are either ascending or descending. There is no neutral ground. Allah describes the successful soul. He has succeeded who purifies it, and he has failed who corrupts it. Surah Ash-Shams, Surah 91, verse 9 to 10. Notice again, success is not external. It is internal purification. And failure is not lack of wealth. It is inner corruption. And what causes purification or corruption? Not one big decision, but consistent small choices. So every moment you are polishing the heart or staining it. Every thought, every reaction, every habit, it all accumulates. One of the most dangerous illusions is this: if I don't feel the impact, it doesn't exist. But reality doesn't work like that. There are consequences you feel immediately, and there are consequences that silently build. Allah says, "And do not be like those who forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves." Surah Al-Hashr, Surah 59, verse 19. This is terrifying. Forgetting Allah leads to forgetting your own self. You lose clarity, purpose, direction, and you don't even realize it. Because the damage is not loud, it is subtle, gradual, accumulating, until one day you feel empty and don't know why. Now imagine living with this awareness. There are no meaningless moments. Every choice is shaping your eternity. Suddenly, waking up becomes intentional, speaking becomes careful, time becomes sacred. Even your smallest acts become powerful. A smile, a kind word, a moment of patience. They are no longer small. They are eternal investments. And Allah reminds us, whatever good you send forth for yourselves, you will find it with Allah. Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah 2, verse 1 and 10. Nothing is lost. Nothing is wasted. Everything returns. So how do you actually live this? Not with fear alone, but with conscious presence. Before every action, pause. Ask, why am I doing this? What is this doing to my soul? Is this bringing me closer or further? Because awareness transforms life. It turns existence from random into deeply intentional. And this is what Islam calls taqwa, a constant awareness of Allah, not just in rituals, but in every choice. At the end of the day, your life is not just passing, it is being written. Every choice is ink. Every intention is meaning. Every action is a sentence in your eternal story. And one day, you will read it, in full, without edits, without excuses. So ask yourself now, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. What story are you writing? Some messages are written in books, others are written in your soul. And every choice you make is writing something. If this changed how you see your life, don't let it stop here. Share it, reflect on it, and most importantly, live it. Because nothing you do is ever truly small.